Ah, man. Sicko Dangdil Dapo. Always had to deal with dumb people. Gosh. Alright. I want to wait a bit. I am just going to wait a bit for people to join if they want to. And as I collect my knowledge, which I don't know. I'm just gonna talk straight up from my mind. All right. Basically, what's gonna happen. Um. All right. Let's see. How are we doing? How are we doing? Wingding, whatnot, whatnot. All right, I want to start in Wingding seconds. Wingnut Films. All right. I'm just gonna start this up, I guess. So, question is, jeez. All right. So let me just get everything on my second screen real quick. My second monitor. Very nice. All this school stuff also. All right. So I guess we can start off with the question. Oh well. People are still liking my pepperoni thing. Anyways, right. So we're gonna start off with the definition of a tomboy. All right. Straight up on Google, you can just Google up tomboy definition, and it'll just give you a general dealio. A girl who enjoys rough, noisy activities traditionally associated with boys. All right. That's just the basic thing. Whoa, the use over time. Look at that. 1800s to 2010. Anyways. Yeah, wow. 2000s. Interesting. Right. You can go on Urban Dictionary. Take a look at that also if you want. Tomboy, top definition. A female with male-like characteristics. Tomboy gives 0 Fs about what going on or what talks about them. They rather spend their day in the mud wrestling with their friends than to stay inside painting their nails. A tomboy doesn't have to play a sport. Tons of girly girl play sports, so it doesn't really matter. That kind of attributes to, my whole ideal on the topic, I guess one might say. Um, and it's generally a it's generally a kind of a universal term that people might identify, but how can you actually tell what a tomboy is? So usually I'll probably make a in connection to science, a phylogenetic tree. Um, I'll treat it like that, I guess. So you know, I don't know how you might want to start it. Let's just start it. So a phylogenetic tree is just a tree that displays different characteristics of and its deviations from its common ancestor in quotes, right? So usually you have phylogenetic trees kind of looks like a bracket for sports. Anyways, so what you start off with here, boop, 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 would be a girl. Okay, to be a tomboy, you have to be a girl. All right, if you're a guy and you're acting like a guy, then you're just a guy. All right, easy as that. Um, but if you now if you deviate the girls and change it and split them between just generally girly girl uh, and tomboy, all right? See, usually always spell it like that. That's why. All right. So you have the girly girl and you have the tomboy. So that's the general. All right. This is what everybody would signify everybody else within this giant group. All right. So I'm gonna actually ignore everything that happens here and just attribute it in here. So next question I'd say is what makes one what makes tomboys attractive, you know, to guys. If a girl's acting like a guy, why would they why would they like him? Um, and it's simple, all right. It's simple because a guy, you know, relatability is a strong factor for affection. Whether it's liking a show or um, you know, or a movie or whatever. Relatability is a strong factor for enjoyment or of the likes, and within that general consensus of tomboys being likable by guys, now you have you know you know the dealio about uh you know why would they like them. So it's pretty much like this. If a girl acts like a guy, then a guy will find it a lot easier to communicate, to play with, to enjoy life with. You know, if you were with a girly girl, for instance, you have to. It's kind of like a mystery, all right. You don't know what's going to happen if you do certain things, and they'll have their consequences if you mess up. You know, um, and which is a big problem. All right, it's a big problem for people who just want an enjoyable relationship. Then again, that's not saying girly girls can't be relatable and or easy to talk to. It's really also another thing, a personal trait, whether the person is a shy person or is a more extroverted person, and it's on both parties, by the way. So a lot of people generalize tomboys as uh, probably energetic or sporty, possibly. But that's only a factor. It branches off into many, many things. This also can be put into a spectrum dealio, right? Or I'd rather put in a number line. So you got, um, so you got a girl, right? And then over here, you got boyish, and you got girly, right? Or feminine and masculine if you want. So a girl probably their range will probably be about right here, right? And a tomboy will probably be about here. And uh everybody else it's about there, right? So actually it's more like oh jeez, it's more like this. You could just go like right there, right? So some girly girls do have some attributes of they can be partially boyish, Um, so a whole section of what I've talked to is about the tomboy. All right. So I've always talked about what creates the tomboy. Is it physical? Is it mental? I think personally, in my opinion, it is the mindset. Right. The personality. You know, of course, physical is another branch off into a million other things, right? So over here you probably have like uh, sporty, all right, and then you go from sporty to uh, muscle girl. Well, they'll be up here. Muscle girl will be like right here, right? And you got the sporty right here, and then right here you just got your general tomboy. And this right here will probably be closer to about right here, right? So at the further you go down the list, the further you are on the spectrum, all right? Um, ish, you could say, and they could, like for instance, muscle girls, for instance, can be more girly than some other tomboys, for instance, all right? I'm not generalizing this uh into a secure definition for a tomboy. But this is what I think pretty much. So like I said, there's different types of tomboys, energetic style ones, the ones that they're raised like to be like boys. So either you have um the upbringing of a tomboy. All right, what creates a tomboy? I'm getting pretty messy here, but it's fine. I'll spell it correctly this time. There we go. What creates a tomboy? All right. So what creates a tomboy is or the upbringing of a tomboy would be friends, right? Oopsies, I don't know how to spell friends. So you have friends that create it. You have mothers that can create it, all right? And of course, you have the father. Um, that is the general. Okay, so mothers can be tomboys themselves, and it brings down the trait. An example would be Tomo-chan, for instance, if you ever read that manga. And father, it's more like if they had, high relations with their father in terms of interaction. Um, if the father wants to, plays a lot of sports with the tomboy, for instance. And you got the friends. So the friends could be a bunch of boys, a bunch of tomboys. Who knows? You know, they they um they have an influence on it. And also another factor would be uh environmental. All right. There you go. That's my handwriting right there. Environmental. So environmental factor is what is the situation? You know, is it a more survival type dealio? Then you know, because of that, a girl will have to either take a step a step higher in order to survive better. It's a whole dealio. So you have these factors. There's a couple others. Hobbies, you know, hobbies. You got you got just these are just um, these are the upbringing. I can't really put personality or everything because these are what kind of molds the personality. Like personalities don't usually come out of the blue, in my opinion. All right, they come from all these factors, if not, one or two. All right, now we go back to the spectrums and everything. So you might be wondering what this little gap right here is. All right, this is what I call the no-go zone. All right, this is the no-go zone. This is AKA also known as the lesbo zone. All right, you want to stay as far away from the lesbo zone as possible. All right, this is like an example. People have been asking me whether I like uh, Captain Marvel, for instance. No, 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 that's disgusting. Captain Marvel. Gosh darn it! Talking about it is just ugh. We want to stay away from this area, okay? This is like the girl power. This is the disgusting zone. All right. They can also be mixed around in here. All right. Even in this chunk right here. That's these are those are probably no go zones if you're aiming for a tomboy. All right. This is the hetero zone. All right. This is where the good stuff is at. Is also known as the rarest part. All right. Good stuff. Let's put it ice green. Oopsies, can't. All right. But in reality, if I were to put this in a if I were to put this in a more scaled form, in reality, the amount of good stuff is probably about all right. So if I put in a graph, for instance, you have uh so I guess I'll put it as a like that, and then we have it like um how can I put this? So this is the safe zone. All right. Anything actually no, I'll take that as a safe zone. This is uh this is probably I'm trying to think about this. How can I put this together if I were to put it like this? Well, if I were to man, voice crack. If I were to golly, if I were to draw this out, right in the middle would be the good stuff, right? This is the good circle, right? This is the good stuff, the hetero part, right? And then put a nice dotted line right in the middle. If I were to scale this, this will be gosh darn it. This will be the lesbo zone, all right? Oh gosh. This will be the lesbo zone, and then this will be the girly girl zone, all right? If I were to put this in scale, that small green area will probably be the amount of good stuff there is, all right? It doesn't show it here, but it'll show it here, all right? Um, so it's a rare, but it's also not impossible. It's not like a circle like that. It's a diamond in the rough, but diamonds are quite you know you, you can you can find diamonds. Anyways, uh, Lesbo zone. Yeah, we stay away from that. All right, let's get rid of this example because I don't want to see the freaking Captain Marvel in my face after watching gosh darn it Endgame. Ugh. Not saying that it was bad, but ugh. Yeah, we stay away from that. Um, What about to say? Should I continue this part? Um, so this is my phylogenetic tree. You know, girly girls. Oh, and some people might be asking about Gyarus or um, you know, uh, whatever that type of stuff. I would say Gyaru is a uh, what's it called? You have a derived trait? No, a homogeneous trait and a something trait. Anyways, this is uh this is where Gyarus probably be at. They're more so towards the girly girl section, but they have the trait of, let's just say the tomboy trait right here. It's not derived, right? Or actually, it is a derived trait because it's not under the same ancestor as, for instance, this group, which would be, the girly girls, right? Um, Thoughts on girls that wear Converse? Oh, hey, freak out. What's up? Uh, I don't know. I've never been a fan of Converses personally. Like, I never wore them. Nor the only girl I've seen that wears them is my sister. That's about it. Well, I've seen it. That is a prominent part of my life. I guess my sister. Sure, let's just keep it that way. Most of the girls I don't know. I don't pay attention to girls' feet. How about that? Does that count? Hello, professor. Interesting lecture. Welcome, Commando. Yes. Uh. Anyways, what was I on again? All right. That's right. So, a probably part of the whole section on why guys are attracted to tomboys, for instance, is this is a possibility, right? This is one of my attributes that I like, you know, is the want to uh show femininity. All right, so all girls have a feminine. All right, so here's a girl, right? They're in a ratio. Okay, so they have a girly, right? All girls have girly, and all girls have boyish. All right, let's just put it as that. All right, but well, they don't have always have a boyish. Okay, let's just say that boyish it's a special trait. All right, so girly, you can go up from zero, or sorry, not zero. You can probably go up probably 5% to 100%. All right, that makes boyish 95%. So or 0 to 95, 0 to 95. All right, percent. I've always thought Converse look cool. Yeah, I never wore them. I always wear boots because I'm pretty edgy. Boots or tennis shoes, um, or running shoes, whatever you want to call them. Because I'm a track runner, pole vaulter also. A little bit of information about me. There you go. Anyways, so girls can't be 100% boyish. Okay, they have at least 5% girly. All right, but they can have 0% boyish. So depending on the tomboy, you know, the what the boys want to do is they want to they want to penetrate that little bubble. Like this is only what tomboys get. All right, this is called I call it the tomboy bubble. Okay, if I know how to spell. All right, tomboy bubble. All right, this is made of particles of or actually this is made of nice bonds. These are covalent bonds between um, uh between boyish traits. All right, and then whatever uh secondary traits I'll call it. Secondary traits being hobbies or whatever they attribute towards. Um, so the thing about guys, all right, the thing about guys is that they want to penetrate through this tomboy bubble and get into towards the girl part, all right. So the girl being 5 to 100%, right. So the boy wants to do is boom, get to that 5%, for instance. But this is a situational, okay? Some guys actually just like the guy part of a girl. They find it more enjoyable to talk to. They find it more easier to talk to, or play with, or whatever. You know. But that the whole section about the girl is what the tomboy, right? Tomboys don't like showing the girl part, all right? So that's what creates shyness, or you know, uh, what's that word? Will this be on the test? Yes. Everything will be on the test. All the numbers. You gotta know the equation. You gotta know this equation. It's pretty similar if you know the y equals mx plus b, right? So you have y being being the girl, right? So f of x is the girl is equal to the amount of boy ish, all right, times the oh wait, no, this is tomboy, all right. F of x is tomboy. Uh, Times the girl, okay, which is x. X is cannot equal or cannot equal to 0. All right, x cannot equal to 0. Plus b being uh secondary traits, like I talked about. Secondary traits. All right, whatever. I can't. There you go. That's the equation for a tomboy. All right. Anyways, um, getting to that girl is what a boy strives for. Okay, that girl part is very timid. Okay, and timid is also, or being shy and stuff like that is a an attractive feature, as some might say. And knowing that tomboy part, it can be very eccentric. I don't know how to spell eccentric. Anyways, the eccentric part and the energetic, whatever that tomboy secondary traits are. As I said right here, secondary traits. So the boyish secondary trait. It's connected by a covalent bond, which, if you don't know, is a very strong bond. Needs a lot of energy to break apart, and then once you're breaking it apart, you get to that girl section. All right. All right. Gosh, this stream, man. It's amazing. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Uh, sure. Let's keep it at that. Um, Golly. Uh, right. So, ba 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 ba. What was I gonna talk about? I'm kind of lost in thought. uh, right. So let's just do a little bit of a dealio rewrite. So you have the girl. She's in a bubble, right? This bubble is called the tomboy bubble. And this bubble consisted of boyish and two secondary traits. All right, but this is connected by a whole chain of this type of dealio. All right, so you have the boyish, you got secondary trait. All right, boyish secondary trait, and then you got a hydrogen bond right here. All right, so you got a hydrogen bond between uh, each of these stuff. Oopsies. Yeah, there we go. All right, so it's just a huge chain. All right, it's a really strong chain, but it's not impenetrable because that's what if you're dedicated, but if you're dedicated to getting a tomboy GF, all right, if you find one in the first place, let's just say that it to then you have to penetrate through this thing. All right, you have to go. Um, there you go. Let's get a little boat tail on there, and then there you go. Oopsies. There you go. All right, there you go. And then you got whoosh. There you go. You gotta penetrate it. There you go. Fantastic. Um, so uh, what am I talking about again? Holy cow! I gotta review it myself. I didn't practice this lecture at all. I just thought of the like. I think today I want to talk about tomboys. Um, phylogenetic tree. You guys want a tree? I'll give you guys a tree. So I'll do the other one. So you have. Oh gosh, let's do it like that. All right. So you got a whole. So you got the girl. All right. Girly girl. And then you got different different variants of tomboys. Okay. So right here is where you go tomboy. Right. Now over here, you probably get. I'll probably put it more like right here. Energetic. But as a deviation from energetic would be, I call it the cool type. These are generally quieter girls. More, they can be shy, but generally they're the ones who are more serious. All right, that's a deviation from energetic. Pretty much everything after this is energetic, I'd say. But these are cool type girls or tomboys, whereas they're not really expressive. They can go into towards the kudere, dere freaking type, if you want to put it that way. But besides that, um, they can also be known as emotionless. Um, yeah, that's about it for that. Then you got generally the regular energetic girls. Um, what's an example? There's only so many. There's so many of them I know. Uh, well, yeah, it's just generally the energetic type. uh, ex, 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 exen, exen, ex, ex, eccentric. Is it two C's? Anyways, these are more the energy type girls. Golly, holy cow. I don't know how to spell. All right, that's not my major. My major is I have a PhD in Tomboys, Tomboy PhD. You call me Doctor Dong Dil Dop. You can also call me quadruple uh, D's. All right, as in Doctor Dong Diddle Dop. And if you want to know my Steam, it's triple D 3D. I think that's what it is. Oh man, I'm off topic. Yeah, it's actually big triple D3. That's pretty good. I don't know what I was thinking of when I made that. All right. So, anyways, we're gonna go towards the sporty. Right here you get about the sporty section, and then about here, and sporty does have its deviation between gun girls, right? You know, the more tactical girls, girls that enjoy guns, but you know, as a this is also a trait that girly girls can get also is a gun girl. All right. This is not this is not a. Gosh darn it! What's it called? I'm gonna fail my freaking bio test because of this. Uh, homozygous. Homozygous versus heterozygous. No, that's not zygous. That's based off of DNA. Homo homologous versus analogous. There it is. Analogous. Analogous. Anyways, it's spelled like this. Do you guys care? Analogous. Right? So an analogous trait is something that the common or it's something that's been developed uh uh something that's been developed over here but is also been developed over here, not under the same common ancestor. So this common ancestor is girly girl. This common ancestor is tomboy. Okay, but they both developed gun girls. All right. So and an example of an analogous trait in real life would be wings between a bird and wings between an insect. All right, that's an analogous trait. They don't have. They're not from the same common ancestor. And uh, I will have I don't know, references towards biology because you know that's what I learned in school. So you got the sporty girl, or you got sporty girls goes to gun girls, and of course sporty girls. And up here, you probably get up to the muscle girl section. Um, but the thing is, the thing about this area is that what am I thinking about? So, oh golly, what am I thinking about? Everything's just all in my mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, brain farts everywhere. I don't know. I don't know what I was getting at. So how this tree works is that you start off with the tomboy, and this is the more like going down the line. You know, you'll have traits that were developed, not exactly where one area would be at, you know. Generally, you have an energetic girl before they start doing stuff like these. These are more like hobby stuff right here. These are more like hobby stuff that developed into, creating themselves as they are, Uh, which those would be secondary traits, like I talked about up here, right? Secondary traits, or over here, secondary traits. Any questions? Any questions while I'm still thinking? Golly. So I'm probably not going to go towards. Oh yeah, I should probably clarify this part. While you guys are getting the stream lag of getting me questions, if you have any. So I want to get this. I want to clarify this part, or I want to define it, or not. Well, yeah, sure. I want to clarify this section. Clothing. Actually, it's more like, all right, hairstyles. Um, and body type are not. All right, I repeat, are not a factor. All right, they they do not apply towards tomboys. Okay, so for instance, hairstyles between let's just say let's gosh, it's not. It's hard since I don't have a face. Oopsies. Oopsies. You know. There you go. Just a general. Oh gosh, I can't. All right. Gosh darn it. Eh, 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 eh. There. Short hair does not apply. All right. A girl with there you go. Long hair does not change the girl. Okay. They all stay as long. All right. Gosh darn it, my throat. If they have the same personality, then they are defined as a tomboy. All right. Length of hair doesn't matter. Body type, if she has a freaking golly, my throat's killing me. If she has a huge bust, all right, doesn't matter, all right. If she is freaking flat, oh jeez, that's not really. If she's flat, doesn't matter, all right. What matters is the girl itself, all right. Which is why I don't really care about the bust, because I respect tomboys. There you go. Body type doesn't matter. Hair type doesn't matter. Length doesn't matter. Anything, hairstyle, blah, 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 doesn't matter. All right? What matters is the girl. That's just to clarify that, all right? Because some people who know that I like tomboys, they generally think I like short-haired girls. That is false. Um, when reading Tomo-chan, she grows out her hair, thinking that she's more girly. But listen, let me grab the chat real quick. But as we know, Jun, he treats her the same because he is a fellow tomboy respecter. Anyways, yeah. Spoilers. Tomo-chan grows out her hair. She thinks that Jun likes longer hairs, or that's what he said one time, I think. Good stuff. Holy cow. Where's that part in this manga? Um, Tomo-chan has freaking a huge bust, so that doesn't matter either. I don't think it's in volume 1. Oh, I take that back. It is in volume 1. Uh, hmm. Huh? My type of girl. What's it to you? You just tell me. Fine, just tell me. I guess I like tall girls more than short girls. I'm tall. She has to be athletic. That's me. You share my interests? I do. And I like girls with long hair. No problem. I'll just grow it out. How about you? What type of girls do you like? I don't. All right, fantastic. Oh man, I love Tomo-chan. What a great manga. Highly recommend it. All right, it's a yonkoma or a 4 panel manga. It's a short. Well, I say short read, but it's you can easily binge it. It's. Whoo, whoo. All right. What else? Uh, I don't know. Anybody got anything to say? Any question? Oh gosh, any questions or complaints? Anything to bring up? Questions or anything of that? Or I say question like 50 million times. Holy cow! Lamb, another dumb stream. You're attracted to the males aspect of tomboy. Gay. Let's be on set. Okay. Alright, yeah. All this will be on the test. I will be testing you guys next stream. If you guys don't get it right, I will end the stream and I'll block all you guys, okay? Uh, heck. If you have questions on characters that I should know about that are questionably tomboy or not, let me know. Because I will help clarify it by my definitions. Usually I don't. Usually I don't connect also the hairstyles and body type. I also don't connect clothing sometimes, but clothing is close to representation of personality. All right. Um. Yeah. A girl can wear more boyish clothing, and boyish clothing as in like guys don't wear gosh darn skirts and freaking whatnot unless they're freaking gay. Uh. Oh, and just to clarify, something else. Uh, Tom girls, disgusting. All right, This is a guy. All right. This is a guy. So if you like girly girl type girls, all right. This is a guy. All right. This is a dude. Tom girl, aka freaking trap. All right. This is a guy, which equals gay. All right. If you want an equation on this, it's easy. All right. Guy. All right. Guy of 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 penis, all right? Guy of penis is equal to gay, all right? Easy as that. Anyways, that's a Tom girl. That's yeah. Just stay away from that. I don't know what else to say. I probably have like a million things that I would say if I thought about it. I'm not thinking about it right now. And I'm live streaming this, and I have no script or anything. Uh, um. Also, just to let you know, secondary traits. Uh, yeah. Okay. So secondary traits are usually overall analogous traits. Okay. So cool types can also be girly girls. Energetic girls can be girly girls also. But or in in the long run, it'll be a girly girl type. But let's just review for y'all. So here you have the phylogenetic tree: tomboy, girly girl. All right, they all have their secondary traits, all of which are or can be analogous to being a girly girl trait. All right. Then again, these are probably 99%, 95%, 95% going to be tomboy. All right. Analogous traits for those would probably be, the 5%. Um, oh yeah, I just thought up of a long-haired tomboy-ish type girl. Um, Idolmaster's pretty good at doing this type of stuff. Hmm. Idolmaster is pretty good. By the way, I'm not good at names, so that's why. That's why things happen. Anybody have questions? Nobody? Come on, guys, give me some questions. I need to do stuff or answer stuff while I'm doing this dealio. Holy cow, that's a lot of Ryamu. Just not go over there. Anyways, a cool type, long-haired girl I know that's tomboy is PKP, for instance. PKP. Everybody loves. I love PKP. All right. Screw y'all. I love the gun, and I love the character design. It's very something. You know. I mean, you might ask me, oh, what makes her a tomboy, or uh, one, they literally the creators created a like on quote a tomboy skin. All right. Uh, Here I'll bring it up what her skin looks like if you don't know who PKP is. I don't have it saved like I should. Wow, so low res. Yeah, very low res. Did I not save it full? Yeah, I didn't. Here it is. Ah, there we go. Long hair. She's the cool type. She's more of a kudere. Um, and she is a tomboy. Very nice stuff. I don't know where they put it on here. Um, well, that's her skin. Her natural, her usual skin is or her design is just a, and as you can tell, she's flat chested and she's pretty short actually. There's her regular design. Hey, you got long hair. There you go. uh, Actually, that whole bundle, the whole event that's currently going on in Girls Front Line, if you guys don't know, is Tomboy skins, and I got most of them. Oh, anyways, uh, you have MG5, you have Thompson. Thompson's more of the I'd say energetic type. Can't really. She's based off of mafia and mafia girls or girls that are interconnected with mafia are generally tomboys. MG5 is another cool type. She's more of a, yeah, she's very serious. Delio, she has short hair. um, an AK-999. She's about just energetic also. She's about you could say the polar opposite in terms of uh uh like PKP is more introverted, I'd say, while AK-999 is extroverted, and that's kind of connected towards their IRL connection towards their guns. If you guys didn't know, PKP went against AK-999 in trials, and PKP won and became machine gun for Orusia. There we go. Yeah. Um, and so uh, AK is kind of like a delinquent now. But that's generally that part. We're gonna get off topic. I don't know. That's about it. That's pretty much all I got saved for now that I can think of from the straight part of my head. Review like I was gonna do. A girl in a number line, I guess you could say. You have a girl, and on the right side you have boyish or masculine. And left side is girly, and in between, golly, in between over here and here, the green section, that's where you got the good stuff, the good tomboys, right? The hetero tomboys. And the red section is you got the lesbos. Stay away from those guys. All right. Now here is in you put it on scale. This is the amount. So this is all females, right? This is the amount of females in the entire world, right? And then you got that bunch, which is the tomboys. And then you got the red area, which is all the lesbos, and then you got the pink area, which is all the girly girls. To be honest, I'd say that it's not actually that much. A lot of girls have a boyish um attribute to them, whether it's probably 15% or 20%. Those are probably the girls that you'd see mostly roaming around in, I don't know, America or something. Um, but the ones you see in manga or anime, they're probably about, golly, 75% up to the full 95%, which is the great part. um, The CV33 keeps stumbling over. Sad. Yeah, I know. uh, and and depending on what their boyish level is, you have the girly level that they have a minimal amount of, which they hide. Usually they hide it, and them hiding it is what is a catalyst towards breaking up that tomboy bubble. All right, that tomboy bubble being again a boyish connected with a covalent bond to a secondary trait, if they have a secondary trait at all. Um, Here's the equation. It's similar to y equals mx plus b. F of x, which is tomboy, is equal to the amount of boyish times the girl they have plus the secondary trait. Okay? So that'll determine where they're at over here, right? So, if you have a bottle of 60% boyish and you got a 40% girly, you got a nice line over here, blah blah blah. But then, see, you make a 1-for-1 line, okay? That's a ratio. Once you multiply that, it'll make basically a straight line like that, right? Or an angle, and it'll go right through everything, all right? But what matters is the secondary trait. Sometimes actually. Well, it depends on the amount of girly. Also, they could make it steeper, not that steep. So if they have more boyish, it'll be like that, or like that. Without, which means actually I got this a little bit wrong. This part will actually be, about right about there, right about there. Oh gosh, I got to sneeze. But we don't care about the equation right now. That's not going to be on the, well, the equation would be on the test. Yeah, go ahead. Ask a question. I've been waiting for people to ask questions. I can't wait to join the ROTC in college. I guess stuff thrown at me. I get insulted as I don't want to die. I can't wait to join the ROTC in college while I get stuff thrown at me and get insulted and I want to die. Well, sorry for your loss. ROTC, nice. Are you joining or are you quoting me or something? Did I say that? Yeah, what branch? I'm joining Navy. Anyways, while I get a question from one of y'all, I don't know how you say it. Ferb the 2 gadget guy. Oh yeah, and then we have the upbringing of a tomboy, which is environmental, friends, hobbies, mothers, and the fathers. Right. So this is generally the parents. But they also not connected. I would say they're not connected. You're quoting me. Did I say that? Oh, now I remember when I said it. It was RO. I think that was UC Berkeley. If you guys don't know about UC Berkeley, because I am in California, UC Berkeley is well known for being anti 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 war. All right, that's pretty much what that part is. I probably missed it, but what's the statistics of tomboy being a straight person and us males having a chance on them, and the number that they're females wanting to be more males? All right. So that's a good question. That's kind of connected to this line right here, this number line right here. I have right here, right here. So, um, the good stuff is what generally we're looking for. Okay, this is the hetero, aka the hetero tomboys. Hetero tomboys. All right, we have the hetero tomboys, and over here is the lesbo zone. All right, to scale, we have it over here. This is the amount we strive for. Okay, and this is generally the boyish number between 75% up to about, I'd say, 95% as listed over here. That's generally what we aim for in in connectance to, if you want as reference, in manga and anime. All right, usually they're within this area, and the amount of boyish they have and the girly they have is 25 up to up, or 5 to 25. Gosh darn it, I can't freaking write. 5 to 25. Right, that's the amount of girly they have. All right, this is generally what us want to aim for. But the boyish does not necessarily mean masculinity. I'd say best good girl other than Pep. For me, Isobe, Noriko Isobe, or Isobe Noriko. Um, that I have a bunch I like. Caesar. Uh, I forgot her name. I'll probably Yukari. Yeah, I do like Yukari a lot. I did explain this before, um, where Yukari is kind of overrated. It's a hard thing for me to say, um, but a lot of people on Twitter use her as a form of to get to get to get clout. Okay, um, I know, and it also has a bad rep in terms of people who do use her, um, which is not connected to her at all. I don't want her to be affiliated with them at all. Can there be an uncanny valley where valley chart where the line escapes the lesbo zone and somewhat becomes reverse traps where tomboys look like men and gay men fall for them? See, that's a hard area. I did see something similar a while ago. It's this Korean or Chinese made comic called Lady and Her Butler. I didn't read it, but basically the chick is cool type tomboy, and her butler is a gay guy. And I think the whole manga is about them trying to get in a relationship. So yes, I would say it's a possibility between a gay guy, quote unquote, a gay guy, and a woman who is probably 90 to 90% boyish, right? And generally 90 to 95% boyish would be probably the cool type, right? And cool type are generally the ones that are more serious. Like I said, serious. They're shy, quiet. Those are some things that they might quiet. Isabe is cute. No, my dog knocked her over. Looks like I'm having a dinner now. Second dinner now. Good stuff. You have the Isabe. Yeah, Isabe is great. I have like two little figures of her. One of them is the Nendo, but the other one is something that my uncle got me from Japan. Since Pep actually has a lot less stuff. Professor, you might get fired. Refrain from using the word like gay. I think you might have more chances retaining your job if you use words like homosexual. Um, I don't care about my job. Okay, my job is professor. Or I have a PhD in tomboy. Okay, I already put here. You might have been late for for this area, but tom girl equals trap, guy equals gay. The whole equation for that uh, guy to the to penis is equal to gay. Sure, the homosexual is pretty much the same thing. It doesn't really matter. It's not really. I don't think it's offensive unless you are calling a straight person gay, and that'll be offensive to both parties of gay and heterosexuals or straights. But sure, homosexual, as one might call it. It's like an English professor reading a book that has the N word in it, which I have no problem saying either. I should be an English teacher. I could just read the N word, and I won't be in trouble because it's part of literature. Uh, Good question. Good question. Um, and yeah, like I said, just to bring it up again, yes, I do think. I know some people are, or yeah, I know, but that's 2019. That's how the world is like now, which I don't care, because that's how edgy I am. Yeah, just to bring it up again or make it more simpler. Yes, I think there is. Let me just give you a little little demographics. So we have the graph, right? So, uh, what we strive for is about like right here, right? And probably within like a very minimal like line right here. It's a very small line right there. Um, by chances, right? So I don't like making assumptions between chances, but finding a girl, there's so many people in this world, but most girls, I'd say, 75% of them are more towards girly girls. Okay, I'll put it as GG because it's a good game because we don't get it's hard for us. And 10% uh, is um, is tomboys, the good ones, okay? And then that extra 15% is the lesbos. All right, and lesbos is it's the bad type. Okay, uh, there is a chance where a girl would identify as a lesbo and or bisexual, and that's in between these two. All right, it's they're I'd say they're confused people, which is a big problem towards my statistics. But that's about what. So we have a 10% chance of finding a girl. Well, I would say I guess when girls go because they would see reflections so on them. Sure. Um. So when a girl gets in towards the lesbo section, right? It's actually it's actually weird. Here, I'll put a little. I'll make a little number line ish tip dealio. I don't know, a little bar section. So here's a girly girl bar, right? So it's kind of weird. So you have probably right here is where the girl gets. Well, I'll put it right. I'll put it right here, right? So this is the girl, all right. So that's a girl, and right here. So there's two sections right here, and should I put it to scale? I'll put it to scale right here. All right. So the reds are the lesbo sections. Okay. So you have that section, that section right here. So right here, lesbo, and right here is lesbo. So you get the lesbos that like you said right here. I'll quote: "Girls want girly girls more because they would see a reflection of themselves on them." All right. So it's kind of like guys, right? The reason why guys like tomboys is because the girls have a you know, boyish personality in which guys either relate to, they can find it easier to talk about or talk to, enjoy with that type of dealio. The girls also have that, you know, but that's where the lesbians come in. Man, you just say a whole bunch of stuff. Us humans are naturally self-centered and would want to see traits. Yep, that's true. Wait, what are the numbers on tomboys being bi then? I'd say 5% of these. 5%. That's in between these two. All right, 5% in between these two is probably the bi area. Okay, but as a total, it's 100%, which is all the girls. Uh, yes, yeah. So that's one of the things that oh, that helps me out a little bit actually. So that's one of the things I talk about. Hold up, just bring it up quick. Let's see. Ah, so a friend of mine told me this one time. All right. Oh, what the heck? Golly. Okay, sorry. My computer just exploded. Hello? All right. So a friend of mine once told me, uh, well, he told me a theory of his. You know, I've always had a theory that a gender swapped version of yourself would be a perfect partner. Think about it. They would like everything you like, reflect, and of your kinks. An example, you like tall women. She likes the idea of being a tall woman. The real question is it narcissism? But that is besides the point. And then I had theory between opposites attract. It's kind of like how I'm short and I like tall women. All right. Golly, holy cow. So what would make a girl want to become tomboys though? I'll answer that question after I get to this. So, um, so going with that question or that theories that we both had, you know, it's it's a I wouldn't say controversial. It's a well talked about topic between a person whether they like people that reflect themselves or people that are opposites of themselves. You know. Then again, some attributes apply to it, some attributes do not. For instance, opposites attract is more towards physical attributes than um, physical attributes than personality attributes. All right, but the attraction to oneself, right? The attraction to oneself is I want to draw like this is more mentally attraction. All right, mentally. All right, physically and mentally. So, if a tall girl, for instance, or let's just say for me, for instance, I like tall girls, all right? Tall girls, but then I also like tomboys. Tomboys being a mental personality dealio rather than more so a physical dealio, as I talked about over here, where hair and body type is not a factor between a tomboy, all right? So, physically, I like my opposite, but mentally, I like um, something that's similar. That's about where I concluded this section. Now, to answer your question, you ask, what would make a girl want to become a tomboy? All right, it's not whether a girl wants to become a tomboy. It's more so what brought them to become a tomboy. All right, so I've talked about over here. Here's all the upbringings of a tomboy. So here's all the factors. You got the mother. The mother can be a tomboy herself. Or for instance, this is a more sadder term or a sadder idea, but where she didn't have a mother, you know. So mothers have a factor, hobbies have a factor, weightlifting, gun collecting, you know, sports, it's all all that stuff. Those are secondary. Those are secondary traits, as I call it. But then again, secondary traits are analogous, and analogous being whether one trait is on the girly girl side. So right here, this can be, for instance, sporty. While over here we have sporty, even though they're from different branches. Tomboy or girly girl. You have friends. The friends being, whether she's grown up to be around a bunch of guys and she grew up to be a tomboy because, that's how she grew her personality to become. Um, then you have her father, right? Her father can raise her like a guy, or like a dude, or be very sporty with her, and all that junk. Tomo-chan has both the mother and the father being well, actually, a lot of these are actually maybe yeah. So the mother being a tomboy herself, the father being a dojo master dude, taught her to be, a more male-centered sport. Um, and the last feature I have, or factor I have, is environmental. And environmental being situational, right? So whether a girl has been put into a more um, survival situation, for instance, then they have to be a more masculine role um, in order to survive better. An example would be hold on, I forgot her name already because I'm not good with names. An example would be Suzuha from Steins Gate. If you don't know who Suzuha from Steins Gate is, she's a very tomboy-y character. She's very energetic, and she's very sporty, for instance. I don't want to say anything more, otherwise it'll be a spoiler to such a great anime. It's actually true, Professor. There's been studies that the brain subconsciously tries to find mates that are like them, actually. It's been said that if you like to get a successful date, you want to copy their body language. Well, body language as in physical attributes, or what they do, in terms of what their body is capable of that is connected to their personalities. I don't read other people's articles on these stuff. This is pretty much my derivative of my own study of it. Okay, my being a PhD in tomboys. So yeah, those are the upbringings to answer your question on what would make a girl want to become a tomboy. So it's not necessarily a girl who wants to become a tomboy, it's how she became, or how she initially started off as a tomboy. And there is a whole section between whether a tomboy wants to become more girly, right? Uh, So an example of that would be Makoto from Idolmaster, right? She's always seen as, like a boyish type girl, you know? And even the girls are attracted to her because she's such a, you know, such a, such a pretty, or, people will call her handsome character. Um, she has short hair and everything. But she wants to become more girly, for instance. That is, a tomboy wanting to become more girly. I can't see any example of a girl wanting to be more tomboy unless she wants to adapt with the man she's with. Golly. Um, what they do, for example, if a woman leans into you, it's best that you lean in as well. Sure. Um, that's a that's a debatable topic, I'd say. Then again, you have the type. So I'm using Tomo-chan as a big example um, for a lot of this type of stuff because she's a good example for it. So Tomo, she is um uh, she wants to be more feminine. All right. For for instance, for Jin. All right. And you know, trying not to spoil too much. So um something like Blue Exorcist. I did watch Blue Exorcist, but I haven't watched season two. If that's what you're referring to. Um, but going on with my example again, Tomo, she she's very energetic. All right, she pushes herself a lot towards Jun to to show him her love for him. Okay, so uh, as she does so, he does not lean in as well, and that makes her try being more feminine. But when Jun leans in as well, Tomo this time she pushes backwards. All right, she's the one who pushes away because she's shy. That's one of the things I talked about that a while ago, where tomboys they're shy to show their girly side. Yeah, I think you missed the whole chemistry area, but a lot of the guys who go for tomboys, they want to penetrate this thing called a tomboy bubble, which is created by boyish personality and secondary traits, right? This tomboy bubble, and they want to go to the girl section, right? The girl section is being what the girl is trying to hide, you know, or what makes them over here, as I said, shy, right? And it's a whole dealio between what the girl is type is. Tomo-chan being, she's embarrassed, or she's maybe she's or no, well, not maybe, but she is, you know, she's been pursuing him for so long that it's kind of a surprise now that if he ever shows any reaction, that it'll cause embarrassment, shyness, timidity, that whole dealio. And it's a rebound section, right? If you excuse me, if you throw a ball, if you throw a ball at a wall, right, it'll bounce back, right? Throw a ball at a wall. I should probably do it like that. Throw a ball at a wall, it'll bounce back, right? You know, and if that wall breaks, that's actually less so more of a ball that's being thrown at a wall. But for instance, what if you, um, right? If you push the wall, right, and what you don't expect it to move, right? You push the wall, you don't expect it to move, but when it finally moves, right, it kind of comes in as a surprise, and you fall over and you die. All right. In that aspect, this is kind of like the tomboy pushing itself on you, right? And if you finally give in after being such a like a wall, for instance, for too long, or you might come in as a surprise, creating shyness, making them quiet, and even retaliating. All right. Um, but that's not necessarily bad. That's just a consequence, a just something, a cost that comes from action. Every action has a opposite and equal reaction. That is Newton's second law. Newton's second law of wingdings. I think, or is that the third law? I forgot. I think it's the third law. I used to quote that all the time. It was my favorite quote relating to science. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. All right. Um, any more questions? All the questions are pretty good, by the way. Um, And questions help me to think. Na, 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 na. And it's a hard thing to identify between a good tomboy and a lesbo, right? Then again, it's also it can be a hard thing to get the tomboy unless you know that, because generally tomboys are bad at hiding affection. You know, either they're really bad at it or they're really good at it, depending on the percentage of boyish they have. They might be ignoring you, for instance, or they might be, or they just might be like doing stuff. They just ignoring as in the terms of not wanting to show that affection back if you ever show it. Why do you think some men fall for tomboys though? I talked about this very early. In it. I didn't write it down, which was probably the problem. So, um, why do you think some men fall for tomboys? So, uh, this is sort of relating what you talked about a while ago. Um, tomboys are, you know, they have a personality that is more relatable. All right, relatable. They're easier to talk to because it's a guy, or well, it's a guy personality, boyish personality, tomboy. Um, Guys are easier to talk to with other guys. For instance, if you see a girl as a girl, it's harder to talk to because now you're trying to find what they might like. That's why girly girls dating girly girls might it's a harder it's more so a mystery. You're trying to find out what they might like. You're researching what they might like, all that junk, right? But that's not exactly what is fun or enjoyable. That's why tomboys might be more fun, enjoyable, blah, 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 right? It's because they have a relatable personality. They're easier to talk to, right? Uh, to talk, either to talk to, Um, and if you're like me, for instance, like I talked about the tomboy bubble, all right? Some guys want to penetrate through that bubble and find that mysterious girl in them, right? That mysterious girl in them can, range from, and I said this before, all all girls, including tomboys, have at least 5% up to 100% girly, all right? So if you're like me, you want to find that girl within that boyish personality, and finding that girl is an adventure. You can see a lot more of their personality. You can see their shyness. You can see their timidity, whatever they show in between. And that's an enjoyable factor. Timidity in a person is an attractive feature to a lot of people. All right. Um, if timidity is a word, by the way. Uh, and that's kind of like my sort of goal. Other people just like talking better. It's um easier to play with, find it more. Your hobbies will probably be interconnected with hers. It's you can do what you want to do while she does what she wants to do, and it's a well it's less of a hassle. Girly girls, they want something that's specific, or something that you don't know about. See, I don't even know about it either. um it's hard to please them that way. You're kind of sucking up to them. you know uh that, or you have whatever. Anyways, tomboys are you have all these stuff that are just easier to deal with, and it's it's more overall enjoyable if you get into the sense of friendship, and friendship is also a thing that is a hard thing to talk about when it comes with tomboys, for instance, because if you're too far into friendship, it's hard to get out and into a relationship, right? Um, Tomo-chan shows this pretty well, but besides that, if you finally see a girl as a girl, or rather, you penetrate her bubble and see her girl, then it's harder for her to recuperate into the tomboy area and have that relationship with you, being easier to talk to, relatable, easier to play with, etc. All right. And also there's over here I said over here, no, over here. Over here I said the secondary traits, percentage wise, I'd say 95% of sporty girls, um, probably, or sporty girls, girls who like guns, girls who like weight training and all that junk, are most likely going to be in the tomboy section than it is going to be in the girly girl section. So guys who like those hobbies, secondary traits, etc., are more so going to find them in the tomboys. Forgive me, but I fail to see friendship with tomboy being hard for us male. No, no, it's not hard for friendship, right? It's actually easier for friendship for guys. Um, Here, I'm gonna make a little line graph for this. Ease of friendship, right? Ease of friendship. So we have a line here. If we have a line here, ease of friendship. It'll probably, let's just start it right here. So I'll put a question mark because you don't know you, but then they'll probably be about, even if they don't know you, they'll still probably you know talk to you maybe, or or just basically show a form of friendship in this section, right? You can see oh gosh, you can see a friendship section right here, right? Or friendly section. See, tomboys, they can be friendly in this area. So this line right here represents them not knowing you. Okay. Um, Over here represented as blue would probably be more like you're pretty good friends. All right. And um, this purple section right here, magenta-ish, it represents relationship, right? Whether you can be in a relation, or like whether it's more adaptable towards a relationship. And right here is back to friendship. All right. It's kind of like one of those timing games, right? This thing is going, while you're here, this thing will, um, the first stage is right here, between whether you want of being friends, right? You're scaling between this area. Whatever you do, whatever actions you cause in this section is what placement you'll be in. So, for instance, if you talk to her a lot, play games with her a lot, whatever, she'll probably be right here, right? You'll stop right there. But then once you're in the friendship section, now you have this area, right? And you can only do you have a chance. You have to time it correctly. You have to see if they like you back, etc., etc. You know, it's and then once you timed it correctly, you can be right here, or you might mess up and make it right here, right here, right here, right here, and you'll still be friends. You know, but it's easy to be friends with a tomboy, but it's harder to be in a relationship with a tomboy, an intimate relationship that is. Um, and this is ease of friendship for a tomboy. If you're looking for reference, what it is for a regular female, a girly girl, for instance, the box will go about right here. You bring it up. The thing with the thing with girly girls, for instance, though, is that if you reach this section of affection, all right, this is an affection line. If you reach this section of affection, it's pretty much a go-to section, all right. You're pretty much good on a relationship, but in this section is the friendship. You know, you have usually you have that whole way to go through. So, um, yeah, it's actually more like this. All right. So you could say a girly girl is more balanced in that aspect. But like I said, this line is a line of affection, right? So the amount of affection. So as time goes by, you have a certain point in time where a relationship is doable, right? But even before that, you guys get to know each other, friendships can start up, right? And this is the more friendship area where you guys start getting become more friends and whatnot. But if you miss this section right here, it's really hard to recover, all right? If you miss this section of affection between you and the tomboy, then that relationship might not even happen, right? If you miss it, you just might stay as friends. That's where friend zoning comes in, all right? Um, so friend zoning is a lot easier for them. And for girly girls, it takes you kind of have to initiate, right? So for girly girls, here's your them not knowing you. You have to initiate, push yourself up over here, in order for you guys to start being friends. You know, of course, the girls can. It depends on the girl, but usually you have to initiate in order for you to pop in, become friendly, get into a relationship. But once you are good enough as a friend, you have a decent chance. Not saying it's a good chance, but a decent chance. Um, I still put the friend zone line here. Um, of being in a relationship compared to a tomboy. And these all vary depending on the person, but this is in general terms. Good question again. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm kind of bad at explaining stuff, but I try my best. Just one in my mind. What's up? Probably gonna end this towards 2 hours, which is another 15 minutes, 17 minutes actually. You said there was a small chance, 5%, that tomboys would be bi. Yep. That I said. And that's in between a lesbo and a tomboy. But what if she hangs around girls more and eventually one of them sees pass through the tomboy being a girl and likes how masculine she is? What would you think would happen? But what if she hangs around girls more and then eventually one of them sees pass through the tomboy being a girl and likes how masculine she is? Well, this tomboy is a bi, right? So is that 5%, right? So that means she goes both ways. which girls find it. See, it's kind of hard because I'm not a girl. I can't really talk for them. But in the ease of friendship, um, I'd say in terms of a relationship, if you're a girl and you're in this tomboy line, this pink area will probably be a third of this whole line, right? So these will be cut in thirds. Friendship, better friendship, relationship, right? That pink line would just make it easier. So if you're a girl and you know a girl's more tomboy and she is a bi, you probably have a better chance with her. But that's a girl-to-girl relationship. My talk is all about a guy to a girl relationship, a heterosexual relationship. Something I aim for along with a million other people. And this is generally what I think. What is the chances of a guy ish? Well, I'm bringing out the points of what creates what is one and what um what is the attraction of one. In my whole lecture. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Um, of answering your question. Because you said it's her. Well, are you saying a girl between both the girly girl section and the lesbo section, their chances of liking that 5% and or the whole 10% of a tomboy and preferring the masculinity of a tomboy. So I'm going to use Tomo-chan again as an example. Tomo-chan is a hetero tomboy. I did say this just a while ago. This one quote. Here is the might be easier if I show y'all. I don't know if you're aware of Tomo. So I'm just gonna go grab chapter. Let's see, 25, something like that, 26. Okay, let me see. Swing and miss. Swing and a miss. That's what it was. Swing, 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 swing. Same here. I have a job, blah, 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 blah. Tell this girl. Those sports, blah, blah, blah. I made a joke. Look at that. I'll bring it up on the screen in a little bit. '23. Huh, there it is. Alright. 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 It's not exactly the closest translation. Alright, so on my screen we have here Tomo and Jun, right? This is chapter 19. So you have here, oh heck, nah, there it is. What's my type? Blah blah blah. My sudden, blah 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 blah. Anyways, at the bottom right here, what kind of girls do you like? I wouldn't know. She's this is just a little proof that she's a hetero. I don't even know why I brought it up in the first place. What was I thinking about again? Right. So Tomo being a hetero, and there is a lot of females that show some sort of affection towards Tomo within the whole manga. Using your horseshoe magnet reference, it would seem perfect that physical look of a person would attract the brain senses of a person's taste, and it would be vice versa. Well, yeah. I'll bring that up again in a bit. But concerning this area, um, unless they are bi, which is that 5%, then that chances of a relationship in this line right here, this pink area would definitely be, if this was a girl's section line, or number line of affection, whatever, it'll probably be like right here, right? Probably this big if they're bi, because girls like girls because they're easy to play with, blah blah blah. And if they like the masculinity part, kablamo, they might like the masculinity part. But like I said, all girls, no matter if they're a tomboy or not, have a percentage of girl in them. Girly. Now, referring to your part about this magnet, this was talking about how opposites attracting, or my theory on how opposites attract. How, for instance, me, I like tall girls, right? And I'm short. Physically, opposites attract. But mentally, I believe that similar attributes attract, which is why, for instance, I like tomboys, right? I'm a boy. I'm not, not close to a tom girl at all, or have any feminine attributes in that aspect. But that's where mentality is. I'm a guy, and I like girls that have more of a boyish personality. If you get what that means. I'd be overthinking. Maybe a little. But I understand what you're getting at. So, physically, girls might like, if you don't know what a magnet looks like, it's, I forget what colors. An S for the southbound, and an N. Those will attract. Well, if both of these were N's and they somehow attract, it's based off of mentality. Now, physically, people might like the opposites. Opposites attract. Mentally, people might like the same. Easier to deal with, easier to talk to, easier to play with, easier to enjoy, like I said previously. Tired. I gave up my nap because of this stream. But it's well worth it, IMO. Highly recommend reading Tomo if you are interested in tomboys at all. Very very wholesome. Very wholesome manga. I will be ending the stream in 5 minutes. I think I need a mental break. Even though I'm always thinking about tomboys anyways. Ah, I have no more questions. You enjoy the rest of your day if you're going. Yeah, I'll be just sitting here if anybody wants questions for the next 5 minutes, 4 minutes now. Oh, did I not put it back on? Oh, it's back. Why is the stream not showing it? Oh, it's paused. Jeez. If you're going. Yeah, I'll be just sitting here. Man, my voice is. Oh. Very cool. Very epic. Yeah, you enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, I answered your questions and gave you a better outlook on Tomboys, if at all. Um, if it helped you with your goals, you know, even if you have any questions, I'm always on Twitter at Dongdildup right here, Doctor Dongdildup. Just ignore the doctor part, and you got Dongdildup. You have my Twitter. You'll have my YouTube. You have everything with that one name, pretty much. Always you can always throw me a DM. You always ask me. You can tag me in something if you want. If it refers to tomboys, that's amazing. But I pretty much am open to anything, except for dick pics. Don't send dick pics, please. I've already gotten like 10 of them. Ugh. So yeah, if anybody have any questions, let me know. You have 1.5 minutes before I leave. Hey, Doggo. About 15 seconds. There we go. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Whoever came, it was nice to just talk about this stuff. I probably maybe if I find something else to talk about, then I'll update it. But besides that, thanks for coming. And yeah, that's fun. Goodbye.